and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks. Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Mordfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula giderim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squab, and that also means elephant. Okay. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, ça, c'est ça, ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça. Sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyper Polyglotting avec Élise. Moi c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nei. Nei. Man. Yen. Yo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bakva, okay, Bakvaz is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile.
Sì, ecco, la gente, è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io. I find a computer or what? And here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, but sounds vaguely like Hogun and the Hok in Hogun in Korean or Waku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur sachant chasser, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idiomas, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos.
Oh, I see. This says Diche Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Cine tapon. Poso milao. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Utros. Totopolo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously. Okay, still 3 times I have to defeat him. And I don't have a whole lot of health left. This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Monsieur. Livre. Liwe, livre.
Box
Mustan kissan paksut posket.
Mateye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Si. Esopi. Mateye. Proč? Inter. Počkej. A. Si.
Track 6.
Aspri petrax aspri apton ilioxex asproteri. Aspri petrax aspri apton ilioxex asproteri.
Coginio panas.
Oh boy.
Ad ferad verda ferra ferda vetri.
Jacob. Hefed. 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 Hek. Hek. Hek.
Саша по шоссе.
А Саша по шоссе несла сушку на счастье и со...
Hello, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I'm Elise, translator, writer, and editor with 20 working languages, and this is the stream where we're gonna play some GeoGuessr and look at some of the best and perhaps not so best of language learning YouTube. I think I will also show a little bit more of some of the other things, possibly somewhat more exciting and entertaining things that I'm using in my quest to get my Finnish up to the level where I would be confident taking people's money to translate things from it. So we're going to get started with some daily challenge. How's everybody doing, chat? Okay. We've got desert. Is that Spanish? Profondeur. Gaz. Okay, this is desert and it is French speaking. Okay, that sounds... possibly Senegal? How far off was I? Oh, okay, I got the right country anyway. Not bad. Considering time control, which I'm actually remembering this time. Sorry. Welcome. La something. What does this say? En vivo desde Brasil. FF. Arriba mi Ecuador. Estamos en el Ecuador. Entonces... y a ver qué tan urbano es este sector, pues. We got a time control, but we are down to the right country anyway, which is... unless it's Russia, is generally not bad. Voy a colocarlo un poco cerca de Guayaquil. Well, I was not quite on there, but 4,000, still not bad. For an absolute wild guess. Okay, what's this? Duns and Kunzia. Okay, I'm getting an Australian feeling to this. Very dry. Google Maps API is being annoying. That's why suddenly the symbols are so huge. What's this? It's illegible. It's still illegible. Okay, that sucks. The image quality was not good enough to make out a single word on that sign, no matter what the distance. Okay, this is looking a little bit better. Lily-Pilly Place. Yeah, this is definitely not beating the Australia rap with a name like that. The trouble is, it's out bush. And that's a huge area in Australia, which is a huge place. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely Australia. But where the hell? I'm gonna say someplace in South Australia. Nope, Victoria. Oh, no, wait, no, this is actually by Wagga. 2705. There are not too many countries where you can get that low a score and still be in the right country. Okay, 4 of 5. Feels kind of Italian. And still not really getting much country-specific information here. No signs that are legible. Haltar ochilagos egg. Magyarország. Okay. Not, in fact, Italy. 4328. Not too bad. Okay, we got corn, we got red clay, we got street signs, and what do they say? Martyrs Road and Sibuga Road. Okay, this is feeling East African. Possibly Kenya or Uganda, I think. It does not look like South Africa, and the name Nsibuga does not sound West African to me. At least, I mean, it doesn't sound Nigerian, certainly. So, we're gonna say somewhere around here. Uganda by Kampala. Not bad, 4286. For a daily challenge, that's a pretty good result. Now we're gonna go back to world. Home tutor. So our first indication, apart from this type of fencing, is that the sign is in English. And that sign is in Hindi. Okay. At least it's in Devanagari. I should not just go ahead and say it's Hindi when I don't know for sure. There are lots of other languages that use Devanagari script. Konkani, Marathi, so let's see. We dealing with Hindi here. Imandar, Sevadar, Ab ki baar. Yeah, this is Hindi, so experience tells me when there are signs in Hindi, we're probably in Delhi. And we are. 49.75. Okay, we have bins, and possibly they are legibins. Garden Waste, City of Casey. Okay. Looks like a footy pitch. In the city of Casey, an English-speaking place with palm trees. Petty Close in Melzac Way. Well, close tells me that this is probably not the U.S. because I don't think I've ever seen a street called a close before in the U.S. or Canada. Because I've also never seen a street called Melzac, which I believe is the planet Alf was from. Okay, what am I looking at here? That's just... Is that just another house? Doesn't really feel like another house. Let's see, where's the driving... is that the steering column on the right there? .com.au. Okay. We're in Australia. Abraham Ibrahim. A name so nice they gave it to him twice. Okay. So we are in the city of Casey, somewhere in Australia. I've decided to try a different layout to see if I can make the map more legible to viewers, since for some reason I just can't get a decent stream quality It always maxes out at 720. Okay, so theoretically, one place you might find a place called the City of Casey is in the suburbs of Sydney. Never heard of the City of Casey. It seems like a burb. But I really have nothing to go on there except it's a place in Australia. Let's see if I can find someplace a little bit more central. Ah, here we go. We have a way out of this endless suburb thing. We've got a roundabout. Does this roundabout take us to? Wendelin Children's Center and the Golf Links. Wait, it won't let me go down the other way on that roundabout? That's annoying. We know what city we're in, we do not know what state it's in. Hallam Valley Trail. Hallam Valley also means nothing to me, but it's near the city, in or near the city of Casey, so I guess that's something. The Sweeney Reserve in the city of Casey, near Barrack Village. This is not helping at all. Okay, that's going to be a dead end, so we're not going to go there. Don't tell me we're back on Melzac. When you play GeoGuessr, you too can have the experience of trying to figure out your way out of an unfamiliar suburb someplace in Australia. Yep, we're back on fucking Melzac. Okay, come on. There must be something more about the city of more to the city of Casey than this. Like, I mean, there's got to be a way to the city of someplace else at the very least. Something that tells us what we're near. Road work ahead. Another fucking roundabout. We're gonna stick on this because it feels like it's taking me someplace else. And if it takes me someplace else, it will tell me what someplace else that is at some point. Eventually. Could this be a Perth suburb? Let me see. I mean, Perth is fairly suburb-rich. Oh, they mostly have names with it ending up. Fremantle. Oh, Gidgegannup, Joondalup, Wellard. Cardup. Jarradale. Secret Harbour. Carnup. Rockingham. Fuck. My mouse is being jerky. Cocklebiddy, Kurabi, Kisaduna, Wanilla, North Shields, Port Lincoln, Port Augusta. Maybe it's an Adelaide suburb. I mean, it seems boring enough. I mean, by that standard, it could be a Canberra suburb. Well, let's check. Let's see. Is there a Canberra suburb called the City of Casey? Casey! Plimsoll Drive, Overall Avenue. Skirmer, Radigan. Let's see. Have we got any places? The Casey Recreational Playground. As opposed to the non-recreational playground? Milzac. Skirmer. Dunk. Borthwick, Bev Lawson Street. Carmody, McClelland. Okay, just by the sheer... yeah, chat, anyone wasn't quite paying attention to that. The reason I figured out that this is a Canberra suburb is that it struck me as very boring. Oh, we're already in Taylor. Excuse. Cooley Crescent. Skirmer, Plimsoll, Radigan, Ruth Dobson, David Miller, Newlop. Jelaine. Okay, we're looking at lots of fucking roundabouts around here, certainly. Jelaine, Carrara. Hughes Crescent, Maringoul, Amagula, Mandura, Winu, Crackerjack Way, Burramurra, Whitrod, Hog Street, Fricker, KC Park Cricket Nets, Bila, where the hell is Melzak? Okay, we're just gonna say it's that one, even though I can't verify it quite to my satisfaction. Hang on. Okay. I see. And fuck. It was a Melbourne suburb I've never heard of. Thought I knew all of those. So let that be a lesson to you. Just because a place is boring doesn't mean it's in Canberra. Just because a place is boring and in Australia does not mean it is in Adelaide or Canberra. That is an important lesson about how to play GeoGuessr. I let my frustration with the complete lack of anything much going on get the better of me, and I wasn't even in the right... Okay, this feels like we're in Britain. Those street signs feel like we're probably in Britain someplace. Say no to Sonica. Act now. What is Sonica? Say no to Sonica.com. Definitely feeling like we're in Britain. Okay, there's a cenotaph. A very small one. I think we're probably in England, because I don't see any Welsh, and I don't see any Scottish Gaelic. Thank you, NHS. That is a good sign that we're in Britain. Now to figure out where in Britain. Worlington. Okay, we're someplace in an English place called Worlington, where somebody doesn't like something called Seneca that I've never heard of. Freckenham, Fordham, Isleham, Mildenhall. Okay, we're gonna take the Isleham Road. Just see where it takes us. Maybe it will have a number. We are in the English countryside, clearly, where people are annoyed with something called Seneca. Oh wait, what did that say? I mean, other than give way in 150 yards. Westrow, Beckrow, Freckenham, Fordham. No idea what this might be near. Never heard of Freckenham. Only Fordham I know is a university in New York City. But let's just have a random scan about. We've narrowed it down to a comparatively small area in the form of England. Okay, but what local authority area is this in? What's the postcode? Is there a railway station nearby? Is there any sign of what it's near other than places that you have to zoom really far in on the map? Freckenham, please drive carefully. Freckenham says no to Seneca as well, whatever Seneca is. Freckenham says no more times than the other place we were just in, Worlington. Bad day for Seneca and Freckenham, apparently. Whatever the fuck Seneca is. Suddenly it's autumn. Fordham, Cambridge, Kentford, Red Lodge, Village Hall. Okay. That helps. We're probably in Cambridgeshire, I suppose? I mean, although it wouldn't surprise me if there's another one. Okay, Cockayne, Hatley, Tetworth, Trumpington, Stretchworth, Cheveley, Chevington, Great Thurlow, Horseheath, Bartlow, Eve Fartlow, Jestingthorpe, Kettlebaston, Thrapston. Wait, Woodford, no. Okay, Cottenham, Newmarket, Bar Hill and Dry Drayton. Well, that's convenient. Streatham, Willingham, Upware, Commercial End, Moulton, Kentford. Oh, Kentford. Red Lodge. We're almost there. Lackford, Flempton. Great name. Freckenham. Worlington. Got it. Got it. Six Mile Bottom. Red Lodge. Sounds where Kalinikos and Charlie Kimber go to shoot grouse. $49.99. The street I was on was called The Street. Okay, this looks a lot like the US or Canada. have to say a little bit more like the US than Canada. It's a little bit more scuffed than your average Canadian suburb tends to be. Arroyo Avenue and Claremont. Welcome if you're just joining. We just found our way through Cambridgeshire. Learned the valuable lesson that just because a place in Australia looks really, really boring does not mean it is a suburb of either Canberra or Adelaide. And now we're going through another suburb, definitely not in Canberra or Adelaide. Blitz of non-Jurassic chomp. It's the Lake Avenue Dairy Queen. Pueblo Park and Recreation. Are we in Pueblo, Colorado, maybe? Colorado, yeah. Okay. It's where all sorts of, like, information packets come from. It's the main thing I know about it. Is there used to be ads for the stuff coming out of Pueblo, Colorado all the time. $49.91. Okay, immediate thought, we are in Japan. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Japan is looking right. Yeah, Japan. But where in Japan? Oh, fuck, that's not what I was trying to do. Hello, Riveroon. Fuma mochikaero. Take your dog shit home. Hey, Ata. We are someplace in Japan. Sawase Yakkyoku. Wherever this is, there's a pharmacy. Miyata Seikigeka. Michino. Okay, so it is big enough to have a taxi service. Oh, okay, here we go. We got a sign. Okay, Nagasaki, Sasebo. 206号線、都議通. Okay. Goodbye, Cambridge here. And hello, Nagasaki. Fukuoka. The IACA code for Fukuoka Airport is FUK, and you can buy souvenir like tote bags and t-shirts and stuff with their IACA code on it. And I have never had any reason I've particularly wanted to go to Fukuoka, but now I do. Okay, there's Togitsu, Nagasaki, 206号線だったな。206号線の交差点。Righto. Other than where it is and how to write it, I don't actually know much about Fukuoka. Other than that I'd really like a Fukuoka International Airport IACA code t-shirt. Just an airport that says, fuck. $49.94. 23,623. Not too bad. Oh. Okay, where are we now? Shinamontage. We're in Russia. Anywhere GeoGuessr drops you in Russia, there will be some place to get your tires changed. Галерея, кухни, двери, мебель, дизайн-проект. Содействие. Мы открылось. Керамогранит. Лаборатория звука. Okay, мы находимся в России. Okay, it's a pretty well-maintained part of Russia, which tells me probably near a major city. Like, the roads are in good shape. These buildings look relatively new. As we've seen in this game, there's a lot of Russia that does not look like that. Загрантранспорт. Новый адрес. Улица Пушкина, 140. Okay, we know that there's a Pushkin Street in wherever this is, but I would be surprised if there's any place in Russia where there isn't one. Pushkin is kind of well thought of in Russia. He gets lots of things. Okay. Somewhat less. Турагентство выгодных туров. Ателье Ренард. Okay, we are someplace in Russia. Fuck knows where we are in Russia. Протезирование зубов. Участники боевых действий. Да поэта. И два поэта. Магазин, ресторан, терра. Okay, I mean, fairly urban. Where exactly it is, though? Раз-два стрит. Фармакопейка. Аптечный магазин. Мясо. Ближе к телу. Жигулы. Но еще ничего не говорит, где именно находится этот город. Сбербанк. That's everywhere. Авиакассы. Okay, we have a city bus coming up. Possibly. Решала. Охота началась. Дом русской моды. House of Russian Fashion. Ренессанс кредит. Строительный рынок. Фрезерная гашека, Сибирский проспект, Южный, Хмельницкого, Маяковского, Голубой огонек, Карла Маркса, дом туриста, Гадица Маяковский, 60-летие Победы. None of that is particularly useful if you don't already know what city you're in. So, we're going to keep going, and hope that at least some of this city is designed for people who have no idea where they are. Муниципальный транспорт. Wait, Omsk again? Okay, if you were here yesterday, chat, we were in Omsk, or the Omsk Oblast, twice already, and now we're back in Omsk? What is this, Groundhog Day? 49.85. And with that, I'm going to take a little bio break, and I will be back in a few minutes. Yeah, this is weird. Usually it is random places in Russia, but somehow this time it is Omsk all the time. Quick bio break. Back in a mo.
Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital es
還元一級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula giderim. Uyum. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is sword, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, c'est ça, che c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça. Sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Élise. Moi, c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça, c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique et de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5.
ducks are drinking wine. Parvati. Okay, Parvaz is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, ecco, la gente è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io.
I buy a computer or what? And here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or, but sounds vaguely like hogun and the hok in hogun in Korean or waku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur, sa chien chassé, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos.
Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That also means. How are the boys? Cocine ta boya. Poso milao. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Utros. Protoculo. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously.
Okay, still 3 times I have to defeat him. And I don't have a whole lot of health left.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Monsieur. Live là. Liwe, live là.
Box.
Mustan kissan paksut posket.
Mateye. Yeah. Si. Isopi. Mateye. Doch. Inte. Počkej. A. Si.
Track 6.
Aspri Petra xes aspri apton ilio xex asproteri. Aspri Petra xes aspri apton ilio xes asproteri.
Then coginio panas.
Oh boy.
Da ferad verda ferra ferda vedri.
Hakab. Hefed. 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 Haq. Haq. Haq.
Саша по шоссе.
А Саша по шоссе несла сушку на счастье и сосала сушку. А Саша по шоссе несла сушку на счастье и сосала сушку.
Mwalimu.
The Saturday. And it's from Adelaide.
Juma ni mwalimu mke.
Ирак чимав чипах чемп чавю чи ченчи чини. Чирак чимав чипа.
And I'm back. Okay, so we're in a place. Looks kind of, it could be North America. It could be a few other places. 416 area code. And that number looks like it must be the US or Canada. But we shall see. Yeah, okay, the traffic signals look US. Okay, no, wait, we're in Canada. We are in Canada, PrestonHomes.ca. Where in Canada, though? Canada is another one of the rather large countries. So we're going to try to narrow things down a little bit. Bloor Street, Provincial Route 22. I mean, there's a Bloor in Toronto, but this doesn't necessarily look like Toronto. Unless this is like the deep burbs. And there is significant burb depth in Toronto, so that is a possibility. But there's whatever province we're in, it's Route 22 that we're on, Provincial Route 22. Okay. We're ruling out the Maritimes with that stop sign. And we're ruling out Quebec, which we already had. Clarington Stormwater Quality Pond. Is that what this says? Clarington. Okay, well. The first thing we're going to do is have a little punt. Is there a Clarington near Toronto? Is there a Route 22 near Toronto? Route 25, Route 27. Bogart Town. Route 25. Carville, Vinegar Hill. Oh, here we go. Here we have a Route 22, a provincial. So the next question is, does that provincial route take us to something called Clarington? Or does it just end abruptly? Wait, could that have been Caledon? No, it says Clarington. It definitely says Clarington. Please tell me that. Oh, it is a dead end. Damn it. Okay. Could there be a provincial route 22 and a Clarington near Winnipeg, maybe? It doesn't look like it. Two Guns, Conrich, Strathmore. There's a 24. $21. There's 22. Let's see, does 22 give us a Clarington? Cremona, Elkton, Garfield, Chance. Westward Ho! Oh, interesting. That's the name of a town over in the West Country in England. One of very few English towns, I think possibly the only English town to have an exclamation mark in the name. Okay, so we're someplace in this world of suburban Canada. But it's not clear what province we're in. Ward 1 and 7 regional councillor. Okay, that does kind of speak towards it being someplace fairly urban. Oh, come on, give me something more than endless suburbia. Last time this happened in a large country, I was on the wrong end of it. Show me how to get to an herb. DRT pulse. DRT, something regional transit. But what towns in Canada start with a D of any sorry, of any significance? Sandringham. Wait, could that be... a Detroit bus that comes into Windsor or something? Is there such a thing? Okay. Well, we're zipping through this in hopes of figuring out where the hell we are. Durham Highway. Oh, wait, Durham. That is in the general Toronto area, isn't it? Okay. That narrows it down somewhat at last. Thank you. GGM? Wait, Cordis. Whitby, Donovan. Clarington. That took long enough. Okay, so just outside of the Schwa. Bloody hell. Huh? Okay, well, 4944. So, oh, it's in... Wait, is that the same Bloor Street that goes all the way into Toronto? No, that turns into Victoria Street. Well, 4944 is not bad. Three of 5. Santo Antonio di Le Verger. Retorno residencial. Okay. This is feeling Brazilian. Technoposus. Okay, another huge country. Although the roads are in reasonably good shape, which tells me there's probably a major urban area not far from here. Either that or it is a major supply chain route. See. Preciso. Vende-se ou aluga. Yeah, Brazil. There's a .com.br there. So. Várzea Rondonópolis. Okay, that is familiar to me. Porto Velho, Planalto, Rondolândia. Okay. Rondonópolis. Mas não fica na Rondônia. Ah, Rondonópolis. Fica no estado de Mato Grosso. São José, Santo Antônio. Boa Vista, Jarudori. Okay. $44.10, not too bad. Especially considering that Brazil has states that are bigger than many countries. Arrêt. On se trouve encore au Canada. Au Québec, je dirais. If it said stop arrêt, we would be in New Brunswick. But it says arrêt, so we are in Quebec. Okay. Gatineau. On se trouve à Gatineau. Ok. C'est facile. Ouais. Les petits voisins d'Ottawa. $49.54. And we got one left. Ci prendiamo cura della tua acqua. We are in Italy. Proteggerti in ogni momento è la nostra vittoria. Acquario di Livorno. Okay. That simplifies things greatly. Ah, damn it. Okay, where exactly is Livorno again? Ah, just short of Pisa, right. Okay. $49.29. 24,222. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, now we're going to change gears a little bit. Once I find the window in which to do so. And let's see, what have we got here? I was gonna show an example of some of what some of the other stuff I'm using to work on my Finnish and bring it up to the level where I would be comfortable calling it one of my working languages. And this is a channel I just happened to find. I was just trying to find stuff to watch in Finnish. And it's a channel called Miska Hakana. And the video we're gonna look at, which I found, I've not watched this one particularly, but I've watched a bunch of his stuff in the past few days because I was finding it's fairly entertaining, and I was following the Finnish reasonably well. Gonna drop the link in chat. I'm just gonna have a little bit of a look at it. For anyone who is working on Finnish or interested in watching Finnish people talk.
Vuosi sitten mä kiersin ympäri Suomea ottamassa selvää, mikä on Suomen paras pizzeria.
mikä on koko Suomen paras pizzeria? Which means, which is the best pizzeria in all of Finland? There are Finnish auto-generated subtitles that aren't too bad, which is helpful. And let me just get my chat widget where I can see it while I've got this thing running.
Ja nämä paikat mä valikoin sen perusteella, mitkä sai teiltä kaikista eniten ääniä. Ja lopuksi voittajaksi selvisi Tampereen Napoli. Mut ilmeisesti mä olin väärässä. Nimittäin
Like, I actually understand a fair bit. He was saying that from listening to everybody's votes, he came up with the idea that the best pizza in Finland is a place called Napoli in Tampere. And he was apparently wrong about this.
videon kommentteihin ja ilmeisesti mä missasin todella paljon pizzerioita, joidenka olisi pitänyt teidän mielestä oikeasti voittaa. Ilmeisesti siis...
So he got a bunch of comments after saying that, and apparently he missed a whole bunch of others. This is the kind of thing he usually does. Like, the first thing of his I saw, I was just looking for something on, like, the best places to go for a drink in Helsinki. And one of his videos showed up, and since then they've been showing up in my recs, and I've been watching them. And, you know, they're entertaining, and I'm understanding probably 60% of what he's saying. So it is definitely sort of in the I+1 zone for me. There's a lot of, he's got a lot of stuff as well, and it's all sort of along, either he's like rating stuff or he's doing weird travel related challenges in Finland.
Joten nyt on revanssin aika.
So, you know, kind of a bit of slop.
Mä oon ottanut teidän kommenteissa suositellut sekä eri artikkeleissa mainitut pizzeriat. Mä tuun käymään niissä ja arvostelee pizzan asteikolla 1–10.
I'm curious to see if one of the ones that he lists is what I've only had like 3 pizzas in Finland in my life. 2 in Helsinki at different places and 1 at a place in Oulu that I don't remember the name of, but it was near the station, which was the main reason I went for it. So I'm kind of curious if anything familiar shows up.
Asteikolla 1–5. Ja lopuksi selviää, mikä on oikeasti Suomen paras pizzeria.
Oikeasti, really, what is really Finland's best pizza? Ria.
Minun mielestä.
According to me. Vantaa, so in the bit of Helsinki that's not far from the airport.
Tässä mun takana olevassa Helsinki Outletissa sijaitsee Villa Severino-niminen pizzeria, joka vuonna 2024 pääsi Euroopan top 50 pizzeriat listalla sijalle 48.
It was, okay, so it was number 48 on a list of the 50 best pizzerias in all of Europe in 2024.
Noiden sivujen mukaan noiden Fazzone-niminen pizza-uuni on ainoa laatuaan Suomessa. Tarkoittaako tää sitten, että pizza on jotenkin erityishyvää? En tiedä, lähdetään kattoo. Tää on erikoinen paikka. Mä en oo ikinä edes käynyt täällä Helsinki Outletissa. Mä jotenkin ajattelin, että tää on iso varastohuone, mutta...
So, okay, so I guess this is not an area of Helsinki I'm familiar with, but I guess near the airport they have one of these like outlet mall things. Yeah, of course, Samsonite. The airport's right there.
Hi, we came to eat some pizza. Olemme saapuneet paikalle ja tämähän on siis todella mukavan oloinen ravintola. Tykkään tästä sisustuksesta, sinistä ja rauhallinen fiilis. Eli täällä on siis lounasmenu sekä a la carte.
Lounasmenu, lunch menu.
Ja lounas 10,50.
Interesting. Look, if you look at this menu, it's in Italian and it's in English. It is not in Finnish. Pasta piselli prosciutto cotto. Pasta, baked ham, peas served in creamy tomato sauce, 24-month Parmigiano Reggiano DOP. Sounds nice.
Okei, sitten mä katson.
Ah, hey! Hej, hvordan går det med dig? Erik. Är det första gången för dig? Här.
Alakarttemenuuta, niin täällä se taas hinnoittaa vähän toisinpäin.
A la carte menu. So the a la carte menu. Yeah, I mean, from what I can tell, and I'm still my ears are still catching up to, like, normally spoken Finnish. And he speaks kind of fast, is my perception of it. These are reasonably good, subs. Och var kommer du fra I Norge? Fra Oslo? Det eneste sted I Norge som jag känner. Oslo och Rygge. Flygplatsen I Rygge.
Aika kallista. Tekis mieli testata special top.
He says it's a little bit expensive. Oh, okay, so there is a menu in Finnish. Interesting. Maria Antonietta, la sorrentina, fior di latte, mozzarella, rucola pestoa. Like, the Finnish is also just Italian. Rucola pestoa, carpaccio naudanliha, musta tryffeli, perlagella. Rödal.
Pizza, Europe pizzaa, mutta täällä on paljon tryffeliä sun muuta, ja mä en oo tryffelin ystävä. Joten mennään sillä mitä
He's not a big fan of truffles, apparently.
mistä mä tykkään.
Jag är fint med mig, vad med dig? Ja, det är min första gång här. Välkommen! Du är inte första nordman som har kommit hit, men det är första för lång sedan. Welcome. Yeah, not the. We had actually one time a game dev from Norway who happened to be one of the devs on a game I was playing here called, if I remember correctly, it was Teslagrad, which is a neat game. A very cool game. One of many really cool games that the Cly people have come up with. Yeah, I don't get much chance to speak Norwegian in here. Or in general. I mean, which is funny because the first time the first Scandinavian language I learned was Norwegian. I was actually talking about this yesterday, as it happens, about how I sort of decided to learn Norwegian in the 90s just to be able to say that I did it. And then I never had a chance to go to Norway, and I never ran into any Norwegians outside of Norway. All the people from the region that I ran into were Swedish, so I ended up learning Swedish. Initially, I spoke Swedish with a very Norwegian accent, and then I ended up, because I use Swedish so much more, speaking Norwegian with a Swedish accent. Yeah, Norwegian is neat, because it's got so much, there's so much that is actually very close to English, but not. Långa byen I Svalbard! Oh, lovely. I've never met anyone who's ever been there. That sounds fascinating. Vad ska du studera I Långörbyen? I've always been curious about that place, just because it is so far off in the middle of nowhere. And it has, like, all the seeds that you would need, after the apocalypse, which seems more and more practical as time goes by. Oh, they got the proper oven. They get points for that. That is the official onion of pizza. It is Norwegian technically. Ja, tekniskt det I Norge. Men det också lite internationellt. Det det eneste sted I hela världen för du icke tränger, för ingen tränger några visa. Like, it is Norwegian soil, but it is by international treaty kind of an international zone. Folkhögskola. På engelsk säger vi community college. Ja, det är slik som de ser också i tysk. Folkshögskola. I mean, that sounds fascinating. I hope you take lots of pictures and stuff. Like, I mean, that sounds like a really cool experience.
Pizza on saapunut pöytään.
And if they offer you a chance to, like, borrow some of the seeds out of the massive seed bank, look for rocoto. Some of the best chilies in the world.
Näyttää hyvältä.
Pizza canotto.
Näyttää todella hyvältä. Noin reunat on niin kuohkeen näköisiä. Oh my god, tää on pehmeä kuin vauvan pylly. Mitä ihmettä. Mutta siellä tilasin Napoli-pizzan, joka sisältää napolilaista makeaa salamia, fiori latte mozzarellaa, punaisia kirsikatomaatteja, rikotta.
Every time he says, the way they write fior di latte makes me think we're talking about fjord. And then I get to latte and it's like...
Kuusee, paahdettua piennolo, tomaattikermaa, musta
se on aivan kaunis.
Sekä oliiviöljy. Maistetaan.
Yeah. Jag ska studera tofok, Arctic landforms and processes or the geological evolution of Svalbard. Det liker intressant. Det liker helt intressant. That sounds like such a cool thing. Like, I mean, do they pay for your, like, travel and stuff to get there? Because I imagine that's probably fairly expensive considering how far off it is, even from Scandinavia, even from, like, mainland Scandinavia. Okay.
Tää maistuu siltä, että tässä on palkat.
I mean, the closest I've ever been is, I think, when I was in Iceland very briefly. I mean, I was there for literally 18 hours. I believe I remember seeing signs at the airport advertising cheap flights to Longyearbyen and to Nuuk in Greenland. Oh, wow. Do they get musk oxen in Svalbard? Like they have in the North Arctic Islands in Canada and probably, I guess, in Greenland? Because those are like the coolest goat cousins ever. I would love to just go to, go to one of these far Arctic communities just to get pictures of musk oxen.
Ryhmäraaka-aineita. Niille ei ole annettu koulutusta, vaan niihin luotetaan. Tämä pohja on niin kuohkea, että tämä voisi olla jenkki-räppärin musiikkivideossa heilumassa. Villa Severino on testattu ja sen voin sanoa, että en ole ikinä ollut pizzeriassa, missä on noin mukava henkilökunta. Pizzan jälkeen kokki tuli vielä sanomaan, että haluaisin, että testaatte meidän jäätelöitä, meidän gelatoita.
Jäätelöitä, the ice cream.
Joten mä sit
Oh, cool. Well, I mean, the Erasmus covers at least something. That's not a bad deal. Like, how long is the flight to get there from, like, Kristiansand? Or do you have to change? Do you have to, like, change in Narvik or something?
Toin heidän pistaasijäätelöön ja se oli todella kermasta, todella hyvää, niin maukasta. Gelatot saatiin ilmaiseksi, kiitos, suuri kiitos tästä, mutta ehdin kirjoittaa arvostelun ennen gelatoi. Ihan aluksi ruoka.
There are mainland musk oxens? Oxens? I just decided to double the plural. I just like musk oxen, and then I was like, okay, we'll add another plural on top of it. Why not? I did not know that. I thought they were like exclusive to the Arctic islands of Canada. If they're in like North Norway, I guess they must make it to like North Sweden and northern Finland as well then. I would love to get picked. I mean, those are just cool looking animals. Just amazing horn structure. The goat of goats.
Sen sanon, että toi pohja oli hyvin ainutlaatuinen. No ikinä
Except I guess they're not related to goats. I mean, not that closely anyway. I just think of them that way because they have cool horns.
Noin kuohkeeta ja ilmavaa.
Here, let me... I mean, if we're going to be talking about musk oxen, I might as well just, show everybody what one looks like. Here we go. That is a musk ox. Oh, yeah, and it's in Norway, too. Dovrefjell. Yeah, I mean... Actually, it looks like he has sort of a huge cat face. Oslo to Tromsø. Okay, and how long is it from Tromsø? So, I mean, Tromsø is way up there. The northernmost city, I think, in the world.
Tuo tarjoilija sanoi, että ne on ainoa pizzeria Suomessa, jolle toimitetaan noita jauhoja. Mikään toinen pizzeria ei edes saa noita jauhoja, koska noilla on soppari niiden kanssa. Itse olisin kaivannut jotain pientä makupommia vielä sinne. Ja itse tykkään myös, että pohjassa on vähän rapsakkuutta, vaikka toi olikin...
Oh, neat. Where is Dovrefjell? How far north do you have to go to check that out? Is like the only bit of Norway I have really spent any time at all in is like central Oslo. Which one tip I can give anyone who's thinking of staying in Oslo, you will think that the hotels near the airport are a good deal. They are not. They do not save you time even. Because the taxi you have to take to get to the airport from there has like a 30 kroner surcharge just for setting foot near the airport. And it's actually a pretty long way. And if you want to get into town, you have to go to the airport, is the thing. Because that's where you get on the Tunnelbanan to get into central Oslo. Whereas if you get a hotel by Sentralstasjonen in the central station in Oslo, there is a special train called Flugtøy, which will take you directly to the airport from the central station in like 15 minutes. It's not bad at all. And it will actually be quicker to get to the airport, and cheaper to get to the airport from the central station in Oslo than to get there from one of the fucking airports by Gardermoen. I wasted so much money on a hotel by Gardermoen learning this. Like 30 kroner every single time I had to go. I mean, not 30 kroner, it was like, it amounted to like 30 euro. Every time I had to take a train out of the airport and take a taxi from or to the airport to get to the train. Dombos. Okay, neat. Very cool. This is something I will have to do sometime. I'm actually kind of thinking of possibly going and studying in Helsinki.
Tosi hyvä. Ruoasta arvosana 8/10.
8/10. 8 out of 10. I mean, and this is a good example of an R+1 thing. Because I did not know how to actually phrase the rating like something out of something. I did not know that kautta worked that way in Finnish. But in this context, he keeps on, like, half of his things are him rating stuff on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. So you hear it a lot, and so you gradually, and you pick up the structure, including what case things have to be in, which, thankfully, is nominative. Kahdeksan kautta kymmenen. Not, nothing complicated there. Not kautta kymmentä or something.
Sitten tunnelma. Ne oli maailman ihanimmat noi tarjoilijat. Ja vaikutti, että ne ei ole ihania vaan meille, vaan ihan kaikille. Tunnelmasta antaisin täyden 5, mutta pakko ottaa puoli pistettä pois, koska tää miljö on...
Oh, we have a Discord as well, Eric, where you can kind of keep in touch in between streams, and I'm going to drop an invite link that actually works. Except the old invites in here are all invalid. Oh, you're not disturbing anything. God, you're not. This has been really, really interesting. And I'm here Fridays and Saturdays, between 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, which I guess for you is about 10:30 p.m., and 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, or about midnight. And in between, you can find me in my Discord server. But I can't get a valid Discord link, annoyingly. So if somebody would mind generating one, because I do GeoGuessr and languages every week. I do lots of both of these things. So no, you're not disturbing anything at all. This is that was really cool. Like Svalbard in particular is a place I'm very interested in. Always been curious about it. Never actually encountered anyone who had been there or was going there. So very cool. Always always nice to have interesting conversations brought to me by chat. And I mean that's one of the great parts of streaming.
Muuten täysfemma. Tunnelmasta 4,5 kautta 5. Eli yhteispisteitä 12,5 kautta 15.
Via Tribunali. Helsinki. Okay, this looks like it.
Tässä mun takana on Suomen ensimmäinen Via Tribunali ravintola, joka avattiin vuonna 2017. Ja näähän ikään kuin toimi pioneereina napolilaistyyppisen pizzan tuomisessa Suomeen.
Okay, this looks kind of familiar, actually. This looks like I was in Helsinki in the middle of the winter one year, and I ended up walking through huge amounts of snow to find a pizza place that I found recommended on Google, and I believe it was this one. Helsinki's a pretty city.
Juna valittiin viime vuonna maailman 30. ensimmäiseksi parhaimmaksi pizzeria.
Okay, here this is the fun of Finnish grammar. 30. ensimmäiseksi parhaimmaksi pizzeriaksi. See, because the thing about numbers in Finnish is they all change with the case. So 30. ensimmäiseksi means the 31st. It's the 31st best pizzeria. Yes, Norwegian does quite a lot of that. Yeah, oh yeah, fun Norwegian fact sounds very interesting to me as well. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed, one of the things that I really noticed when I was first learning Norwegian is how many words sound a lot like English. I mean, vindu, hus, kvinna, which doesn't mean the same thing, but it's interesting that we get it as a monarch, and the Scandi languages get it as a just general term. Kolmanneneksi, kymmeneneksi, ensimmäiseksi, parhaimmaksi pizzeriaksi. Maailmassa. The 31st best pizzeria in the world, apparently.
Me jankattiin 10 kertaa, kun me käveltiin tähän ja ykkösellä oikein. Nice. Jos toi pizza on yhtään niin hyvää kuin tää mun äskeinen lause, niin keskitasossa ollaan. Moikka! Pizzaa tultiin syömään. Ollaan päästy paikalle.
If anyone who's in the Discord wouldn't mind just generating an invite that I could share in chat, because I don't think these current invites... Yes, it's an expired invite. Yeah, Bokmål and Nynorsk, and then there's, Samisk. I was just learning about Kven the other night. I had never heard of it. Was like the only Finnic language that in the region that I had never heard of. And it does all sorts of things, all sorts of like archaic things that Finnish used to do, and no longer does. Oh, yay, I have a working Discord invite link. Like, Kven has a the sound in it, which I did not realize Finnish used to have as well, but the Kven people sort of broke off from Finland, ended up in a very remote place just outside the Finnish-Norwegian border, which is itself a weird thing, because somehow Norway gets to have, like, the entire north of Scandinavia, as opposed to, you'd kind of think, looking at the way it's arranged, that it would all sort of be divided up between Norway, Sweden, and Finland, but no, Norway's got all of it, all the way to Russia. Welcome, welcome!
Tää on kyllä todella tunnelmallinen tää ravintola. Mä niin tykkään. Tässä on tunnelma.
Yeah, this looks very familiar to me. I think I've been to this place.
Vähän modernia sekä... Siis kuulostais tältä. Sanokaa, jos kuulostaa aivan persreijältä. Voi laittaa tähän planssin, jos on nyt kyllä tai ei. Okei, mitäs?
The 31st best pizzeria in the world.
Tuoksuu muuten juusto todella vahvasti. Tää on ihanan tuoksunen. Mä tosiaan tilasin Diavola-pizzan, johon tulee...
Pizza Diavola. Se on...
Duja salami,
That's the one I got.
Juustoa ja basilikaa. Simppeli pizza. Ja tämähän tuli siis tosi nopeasti myös tää pizza. Ei kestänyt montaa minuuttia. Eli ainakin tietää, että oikealla tavalla valmistettu. Tän tyyppinen pizza. Maistetaan. Sieltä tulee vähän potkua. Toi duja. Jos ette ole maistanut dujaa pizzassa, niin suosittelen vahvasti. Juusto on suolasta, duja on suolasta. Mistä vähän
Unduja.
Jahko, freesi, tomaattikastike tasapainottaa hyvin. Tämä toimii. Mä yritin olla syömättä näitä reunoja. Mä yritän säästää.
Mä yritin olla syömättä. I tried not to eat that.
Mut fakta on se, että ihmiset, jotka jättää pizzan reunat syömättä, heidät pitäisi polttaa roviolla. Ja mä oon noita.
Wait, I believe he just said that people who leave part of a pizza uneaten should be burned at the stake?
Vainoja vastaan. Mut tässä asiassa Olen valmis kuolemaan.
Oh wow, there is oh wow, a Norwegian that has dative still. Okay, that's pretty wild. Setesdalsk. Setesdalen. Interesting.
Kyllä se vaan toimii. Reuna. Tää oli just sitä, mitä luvattiin. Perinteistä Napoli-tyyppistä pizzaa. Ruoka oli toimivaa, ei ollut oikeastaan yllätyksiä, mutta hyvältä se maistui. Ruoasta 8/10. Mä tykkään tosi paljon ton mestan
Kolmanneksi, kymmeneksi, ensimmäiseksi, parhaaksi pizzeriaksi maailmassa.
sisustuksesta. Myöskin tää tuomiokirkkomiljö tosi jees. Palvelu itsessään, saatiin ruuat, saatiin lasku. Mut puoli pistettä tästä miljööstä. Tykkään kovasti. Palvelusta 3/5, eli yhteispisteitä tulee 12/15. Ai perkele mun polvet.
I think that's two that have been like 12 out of 15 in a row now. 450. Okay, that's an interesting... Okay, convert. Okay, interesting. For anyone who, like me, likes to cook pizza, 450 Celsius apparently is considered a good temperature, at least based on the name of this restaurant, which is called 450 Celsiutta in Turku.
Tässä mun takana olevassa Turun kauppahallissa on 450 astetta niminen pizzeria, joka vuonna 2024 pääsi Euroopan top 50 pizzeriat listalla sijalle 22, joka oli itse asiassa paras.
Wait a second. Oh, they have a Czech-style pub as well, serving kozel? Hospoda. Turussa. Okay.
Millekään suomalaiselle pizzerialle. Myöskin viime pizzavideossa, kun mä kävin tuossa Denniksessä, niin tuli älyttömästi kommentteja, että Miska, sä missasit sen oikeasti parhaimman pizzerian, joka on tämä. Miksi sä et mennyt sinne? No nyt mä menen.
Yeah, Turku is not a place I've been in Finland. I've been in Helsinki, and I've been in Oulu, and I've been on the train between them, and that's it. And I had a sleeper train both ways, so I actually slept much of the way.
Sinne, mihin te haluatte, että minä menen. Mennään. Ai, siis mulla on ihan älytön nälkä. Hitsi, tää on tunnelmallinen.
Älytön nälkä, he's hungry.
Tuossa se on. Näillä on ilmeisesti siis piste myös tuossa kadun toisella puolella. Niin
se kutsutaan
sitten on ravintola
450. 450.
Totta kai mun kannattaa ottaa semmonen, mikä mua kiinnostaa pizzassa. Hei mun, siis jengi sanoi, että pitää ottaa aina margarita.
Yeah, I think House is actually considerably older.
Joo, mun mielestä margaritat on aina... Onhan ne ihan hyviä joo, mutta Diavola on vielä parempi. Mä otan Diavola. Heippa! Tultiin maistamaan...
Aitoa napolilaista pizzaa.
Olen parasta pizzaa. Pizza on tilattu ja siis pakko sanoa, että...
Okay, that's looking very pretty.
Hän oli siis alusta asti ollut mukana tässä työntekijänä tässä lafkassa ja täällä kauppahallissa. Alkuperäinen pizzerian paikka oli tuolla nurkkasin nurkka. Nyt on tää. Oi.
Buon appetito!
Thank you very much. Grazie mille. Ai hitsi. On muuten hyvän näköinen.
Se on todellakin hyvän näköinen. That looks really good.
Aika pitkälti täydellisiltä. Eikä kauaa kestänyt tulla.
Yeah, I mean, he has lots of videos like this. One I watched last night, he was looking at the best ferry to Estonia, which is a popular trip in Finland. It used to be, back when Estonia was in the Soviet Union and there was customs, that there was a rule that you did not have to pay duty on anything that you bought on the ship if you drank it before you got into the port in Helsinki. So people would buy huge amounts of very cheap Estonian vodka, Viru Valge, and just get absolutely shit-faced, right before getting into port.
Oli pohjassa just sopivasti väriä. Vähän niinku palanut oikeista kohdista. Tilasin Diavola pizzan, 16 € hinta. Sanotaan näin, että Helsingissä Diavola pizza maksaa nykyään sanotaan 21 €. 20 €. Tässä on tomaattikastiketta, mozzarellaa, tulista salamia sekä paistettua paprikaa. Tää nyt
Tuulinen. Tuuli is fire. Tuulinen is fiery or spicy. Ja, jag kommer från Cincinnati i Förenta Staterna.
Paras pizzeria. Sieltä putosi puolet täytteistä. Ei se mitään.
Från by i närmasten av Cincinnati.
Tää maistuu siltä, kun mä olisin jossain Napolissa. Mutta mä sanoisin, että tää kauppahallitunnelma tuo tähän myös tosi paljon. Tää on jees. Ja ai hitsi mikä pohja. Siis onpa muuten
God, this is making me hungry. And I just had pizza actually I just had pizza before going on stream. I had leftover pizza from last night. But there are certain things I can eat many times in a row.
Mä en ole ikinä sanonut, että pohjassa on tarpeeksi suolaa, mutta nyt on. Tässä on leijereitä. Sanotaan näin, että ei jätä kylmäksi. Oli kyllä siis törkeen hyvä pizza. En voi muuta sanoa. Tuli kans omistaja.
Törkeen hyvä pizza.
Hän oli kattonut kans mun videoita ja hänellä oli niinku paljon sanottavaa. Todella mukava tyyppi. Ja oikeet mielipiteet. Kuuluuko ananaspizza? Ei.
He just asked, does pineapple belong on pizza? And the guy from 450 said ei, which means no, it does not.
Aivan oikein.
Absolutely right. He's completely right.
Oli hyvä. Törkeä hyvä, mutta onko tää paras? 450 astetta.
It was really good, but is it the best? Like, I'm gonna have to, like, save this video for the next time I'm in Finland, because every single one of these places has looked absolutely fucking incredible.
Suomen paras pizzeria, sinun arvosanat on tässä. Tuo pizza oli todella maukas, jokainen ainesosa maistui, pohja oli sitkonen, makusa ja hyvä hintainen myös. Itse tykkään, että pizzoissa on pikkasen enemmän rapsakkuutta vielä. Muuten toi oli siis täydellinen, yksinkertaisesti täydellinen. Pizzasta annan
Yksinkertaisesti täydellinen. Simply perfect. Okay. Copy video URL. I'm gonna drop the link. Oh, welcome back, Riveroon. Sounds like you had a good time. I'm dropping the link in chat for this. For anyone who's interested in looking at this channel, which is like fairly fun, fairly simple Finnish content. If you've got at least some basis in Finnish, if you're at least like somewhere in the B range of Finnish, I think you'll probably get the most out of it. It's also just kind of generally fairly entertaining. And also, if you are planning on being in Finland at some point, and want to know where the good pizza is, this looks like a pretty good list. Ja, så kul. Det är första gången som någon ser att Cincinnati, Ohio är så kul. Ja, du var en gång tidigare i New York. Ja, jag har varit ett par gånger i New York. På vägen till Norge, Tyskland, Storbritannien, Irland, etc. Yeah, I like New York. It's bloody expensive, but the food's amazing. You can get it 24 hours a day, which is very nice when you're nocturnal like I am. And there is a lot of it. I mean, it seems like a place that probably has a lot of amazing bookshops, though I've never managed to be there long enough to really do that.
Arvosanan 9 kautta.
Also, they have the rarity of an Irish pub that has 2 kinds of Irish stout. They, this place called Molly something or other, maybe Molly Malone's, maybe just Molly's, I forget, in Lower Manhattan, where you can get both Guinness and either Beamish or Morphe's. I forget which of the 2 it was, but you don't find that very often outside of Cork.
10. Tunnelmahan tuolla oli siis aivan
Feels
mahtava.
good.
Mä rakastan tota miljöötä, niin mahtavat työntekijät, omistaja oli niin ihana. Tuli vaan siis lämmin fiilis, kun tuolla oli. Tunnelma 5/5. 5/5. Eli 450 astetta saa yhteispisteitä 14/15.
Okay, that is the best. Oh, Kouvola! He has another video where he says like it's like Finland's best and worst city, and he has some not very nice things to say about Kouvola. Kyllä, och hur om folk från andra städer? Jag vet inte hur den syns generellt är, men kult om det. Ja, det är kult. Det är faktiskt helvetiskt kult. Ja, då har du rätt. Där har du rätt i.
Tosissaan. Bruh. Et ole tosissaan.
Okay, this pizzeria that he's found in Kouvola looks like the beginning of the beginning of a Scandi noir series involving axe murders.
Oikeesti. Mä vielä tuplatsekkasin ennen kuin lähettiin tähän. Me ajettiin Kouvolaan. Tää on kiinni. Tää on...
It's closed. Wait, there was a sign on the door. Suljettu avamme. Milloin?
Kiinni. Tää on...
Keväällä. Oh, okay. They're closed. They open in the spring. So we went all the way to Kouvola to go to a pizzeria that looks abandoned because it doesn't open till the spring.
Kiinni. Voi saa. Tässä minun takana on Kouvolassa sijaitseva pizzeria Bravo.
Yeah, this is not the first time he has had such things to say about Kouvola. He rates the cities in the city rating video on like their central square is one of their criteria. And he's like, where even is the central square in Kouvola? And he comes to this like just big concrete with nothing there except a huge building that has a sign, a nondescript sign that says government offices on it. And he's like, yeah, okay. This is Kouvola. This is Kouvola's central square. Not doing very well against Tampere.
Tätä oli suositeltu todella paljon, että menkää käymään täällä. Google näytti, että on 9 asti auki. Siinä luki, että aukioloajat voivat olla virheelliset, joten mä menin tsekkaa sivuilta. Ja sivuilla luki, että se on tiistaista torstaihin.
Well, Norwegian and Swedish are 2 of my working languages. I don't get much chance to speak either of them because I'm just not in Scandinavia much, but I read them fine and I translate all sorts of very complicated stuff from them. Like, if I I stumble somewhat when speaking in Norwegian and Swedish because I just don't get to do it often, but if I were to spend, like, maybe a week in Oslo or wherever, then I would come out of it. I probably would no longer be stumbling because I would have time to properly work it out. But thank you, yes. It has been a calibration, as I was saying, because I went from having from Norwegian to Swedish with a Norwegian accent to Swedish with a Finnish Swedish accent, and then Norwegian with a Swedish accent, and then I've had to sort of fix the overcorrecting so that I can actually come out with Norwegian spoken Norwegianly. But I'm noticing the time, and I have to go and do some stuff in the garden and help out around here. So it is time for me to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you to everyone who showed up. It's always good to see you. Welcome to the new people. Welcome, Erik Rödahl. And all sorts of exciting things about Långarbön, which really cool. Seriously, that is something I've like never encountered anyone who had been there, and so very curious about that. I will be back on Friday at 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, or Central European Time. That would be 10:30 p.m., 22 o'clock, 22:30 to midnight, or 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time to 7 o'clock, and I hope to see you there. And in the meantime... Oh, well, you understood it all? Very cool. That means a lot. That means you understood it. Understanding it is like the first major step in the whole thing, at the very least. So yeah, that means a thing. That's a cool thing, it's a cool experience when you actually realize you understand it. Oh, it's not going to be that much fun. I'm mowing grass, but it won't be very long. And then I have soup that I made. Ja, du kan skriva till mig på norsk. Men nu må jag dra till göra något i gården. Until